Hello, it's Zoe here with another day of our flexibility challenge. Today we are doing hamstrings and calves. And man, my calves are so tight. That's an area on me that's notoriously tight, my calves. So we're going to be really focusing on gaining some mobility and flexibility within the back of the leg, the hamstrings and the calves today. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're also going to do a little bit of a warming practice just to get us warmed up, because I don't know if you can tell, but I am so cold. I've got my warm lemon water in here, got a long sleeve on, I got my socks on because it is chilly today. I'm from Canada, I'm in Ontario. I would love to know where you're from and what the weather's like where you are. If you have sun, send it over here, please. And then be sure today to tap the link I've placed for you around this video or in my bio to get your 7-day free trial of the YogaBURN Fitness App for women. The brand new YogaBURN Fitness App for women has been making women's life so much easier. It has every single YogaBURN program we have all in one easy to find place. So everything is in one spot with just the touch of a button. And we also have a customized workout tracker in there that actually tracks how many workouts you've done and which workout you're on based on which routine you're currently doing, and of course the ability to do multiple routines at the same time. If you're like me and you get kind of bored doing the same thing all the time, although there's a ton of variety in every single YogaBURN program, if you're able to mix a bunch of programs together, it's even more fun. Ooh, and one of you, Miss Elizabeth, just got her amino H2O. That's great. Okay, we ready for this? I've had to put 2 mats out because my baby Roger wanted to take part this morning. No chewing the mats. We're gonna start. Okay? We're gonna get started. So we're gonna stand towards the top of our mat with the feet hip-width distance apart. And what we're gonna work on is flat back. So bring your hands onto your thighs. Take a big inhale to get ready. And then exhale just to slide your hands down your thighs towards the fronts of the shins and then all the way back up. And do that a few times, sliding down, pressing the hips back, and coming all the way back up. So we're working to really hinge from the hips, a nice flat back we could serve our coffee on, and feeling how the hamstrings are doing this morning. Next time we're down, let's hold in that nice flat back position. So do not press directly on the knees. You're either above the knees or below the knees, whatever feels best. And then without locking or hyperextending, just try and get one leg a little straighter, then the other leg a little straighter. And your hips will probably shift a little bit side to side. Start to get those nice deep breaths going. Oh my goodness. I've been putting this one off because this area for me, the back of the legs, is a very, very tight space. Alrighty, from there, big inhale, nice long spine, exhale and fold forward. From there, we're going to bend the knees and bring the feet all the way back into a plank pose, just for a couple breaths here to get some heat going. As I said, we're going to warm up a little bit today. Let's try for one more breath. Awesome. Set the knees down. Slide the hips back for a little child's pose, allowing the forehead to soften towards the mat. Then curling up to all fours, let's take our first downward facing dog, lifting the hips nice and high. And pedaling out the feet. So we're bending one knee, straightening the other. I'll turn to the side of it and see kind of like this. So similar to what we did standing, we're now doing that in our downward facing dog. And then bring both legs to quite straight, again without locking. Tilt the hips up high. Press the chest towards the thighs for 3 full breaths. Last breath. Come down to all fours. Now we're gonna do a single leg half split. So what you're gonna do is step 1 foot up to the top of your mat. So you're in a lunge position, like so, right here. Now what we're gonna do is start to draw the hips back, and that front leg starts to get more straight. Now, what we're gonna do is play with this front foot. So we're gonna have the foot down, and then peel the sole of the foot up, and the toes point up towards the sky. Ooh. Try that a few times. Foot down, foot up. And then really dig the heel down into the mat. Last little change here is turning the toes out to the side and into the center. Toes out, toes in. Keep the spine long, chest proud. Awesome. Shift forward and step that foot back. Let's set up for the same thing on the other side. So step the other foot up nice and high into that lunge. Shoulders back and down, chest lifted and open. From there, start to draw the hips back. Sole of the foot is down. And this is a great stretch for the top of the foot too, as we're getting into the hamstring. Now, if this is feeling really challenging, shifting your hands closer to you is going to make it a little bit easier. Further forward is going to make it a little more challenging. Then flex the foot strongly, heel pressing down, toes pointing up, tilt the foot out to the side and into the center. Last deep breath here. Really pull those hips back. Ooh. Nice. Shift on forward. Let's try that downward facing dog again. So we're going to have hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Lift the hips nice and high. And then you're just going to cross one leg behind the other so that all of your weight is in one side. Really working to get into the calf right here. So you just have one leg crossed behind, really pressing that heel down, pressing the chest towards the thighs. Do the same thing on the other leg. So cross the other ankle behind, pressing the heel down. Awesome. Both feet back on the mat, pressing the heels down and slowly coming back to center. Nice job. Let's set up for a seated hamstring stretch, and we're going to work into the inner thighs a little more now. So bring your bum onto the floor, open the legs out nice and wide, and then I always, like you just saw, when I open the legs, I bring one hand behind me, one hand in front of me, and just push the hips a little more forward. And I find this really sets me up to be in a great position with my hips. Because we don't want to be rounded through the spine like this. If you are in that position, bring your legs closer together and then your hands behind you. So if your spine is rounded, hands behind you and stay right there. And you guys know what I mean by rounded, right? Like this. If you're in this shape, adjust with the hands behind you and the chest lifted. Only if you're able to truly have a long, straight spine, then you can take a little bit of a tip forward. And try not to let the toes tip in. We want to keep the toes rolling up to the sky. This is one of those poses that it's really easy to kind of compare in this one. Compare how far I am down to how far you are, how far you were 10 years ago. And the thing is with yoga, it really does not matter. It doesn't matter how far down you go. What matters is the integrity of the pose. Can you feel the stretch? Are you still breathing deeply? Those are more important aspects than how far down you can go. So keep that in mind. Find a spot that you can hold and still breathe in for 3 deep breaths. Awesome. Come all the way up. From there, we're going to grab under the legs and bring the knees together for one more forward fold. Actually, let's come down to our back because I want us to be able to do a twist. So we're going to come down to our back, hug the knees in, and then keep a hold of your left leg and send the right leg out nice and long. Give the leg a good squeeze down and in towards the belly. And then stretch the leg up to straight. And you're holding onto the leg somewhere. It could be down at the thigh. It could be up a little bit higher. Roll the ankle around and then drive through the heel, toes drawing back. Great stretch for the hamstrings and the calves. Then what we're going to do is bring the leg across the body. So starting a twist. Up to you how far you go. The arms reach out in a T. You're driving through that heel and twisting. If it's too intense, bend the knee. But if it's feeling okay, try and keep the leg nice and straight. One more breath right here. Coming all the way back up to center. Grand finale, tuck your chin to your chest. Lift up and walk your hands up the leg, pulling it nice and close, and then slowly releasing down. Great. Do the same thing on the other side. So we're pulling that knee in towards the chest. Get the legs straight, rolling out through the ankle and flexing the foot. Oh, I haven't done this in so long. This one feels so good. This was a good choice. Slowly, we start to bring the leg across the body for our twist. The door was in the way for me last time, so I can go a little further on this side. Breathing way down into the belly. Coming back up to center, grand finale. Leg nice and straight, tuck the chin to the chest. Climb your hands up the leg, drawing it nice and close. Perfect. Slowly releasing. Hug both knees in. Give a little rock side to side. Rolling over to one side. We'll press ourselves all the way up to a comfortable seat on our mat. Let's seal in our practice with a final breath together. Inhale the arms to the sky. Touch the palms. Exhale the hands down through heart center. Bowing forward in gratitude. We'll rise all the way back up. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you're looking for more at-home yoga practices, you get the first week free inside the brand new YogaBURN Fitness App for women. So be sure to check that out. Give this video a like and a share if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon tomorrow morning. Big hugs. Bye-bye.